I'm not modest about the fact that I've built up a reputation on 2B2T as being very trustworthy. In fact, I came up with the nickname of the most trusted man on 2B2T as sort of a nod to Walter Cronkite, the most trusted man in America. Um, Part of that reputation comes from the fact that I simply don't leak chords ever, unless it's a public place that's already been leaked, destroyed, well-known, etc. And because of that, I get a lot of offers to come base with people or visit bases. Long before Rusher joined the server, I was invited to Arius by a close friend of mine, and I said that one day I might show up, but I was very busy, and it was a very long way away. And there have been countless others, and one base that I was invited to tour before it was destroyed turned into quite a controversial place on the 2B2T forums. And I've come here to view the ruins. I never did make it here while it was intact, but we are here at the ruins of the Drain. For those of you who don't know the brief history of the Drain, it was a community fortress built in the middle of an ocean in which they drained the entire ocean and created a circle of towering, amazing fortifications and bases around it. And the reason it became controversial is that it was the second base to be located, publicly at least, using Chrome Crusher's base hack that was able to find bases entirely due to natural terrain generation that was seen in videos. In fact, I think bedrock was used specifically for the Drain. Fit asked Chrome Crusher to find it due to a disagreement that he'd had and continues to have with Offtopia, one of his former best friends on the server, and now, sadly, enemy. I was invited to visit the Drain about a week before Chrome Crusher gave Fit the coordinates, and Fit came in peace to speak to Offtopia. And shortly thereafter, the cords were leaked publicly, and the base was wrecked. And SFW, well, whatever used to be here, if not the entire Drain, is not safe for work. I regret, deeply regret, that I was never able to visit in its full glory. And the truth is, I would have happily made a video. I believe I would have been trusted to do so under the strictest confidence of the architect and its residents, and I would have been quite honored to have done so, but the timing just did not work out, and as it never does for me, unfortunately. And Fit came here first, and after Fit came everyone else, and the Drain is no more. But it was very spectacular in its heyday, and you can definitely go online and see pictures of it. Clearly there are withers nearby, and that's no surprise to me, so I'm going to try my best to not get myself hurt. There's a free empty plot over here if anyone wants to build on these ruins. I'm going to eat one of Netta T's golden apples to stay alive here. Truly an amazing work of engineering, and it's unfortunate that the same thing happens here that happens pretty much everywhere. But that's why we play. I mean, that is why we play here, because it gives our bases an extra special meaning, and I've discussed the sandcastle mentality many times before. But I was flying this way, and I felt like it needed to be shown again. This is the Drain, what's left of it. Oh man, I almost fell to my death there. There's a wither. Oh, there he is. Swimming around in there like an idiot. Destroying what was once the basement here of the Drain. And again, this entire area was free of water. Let me just grab a breath of air here. Looks like there's only 2 withers left. But there's nothing to be saved here. It's no one's going to come back and restore this monument. I hope that it's been saved as a world download. I believe it probably has. But its time on 2B2T is over. It is now a ruin to be explored in wonder, as many have, by myself and others. But I wanted to come here on my way to Hiatus Base, one of my old bases during one of my old seasons prior to the Russia invasion, just to check it out and see what was left in this incredible spot. Like, look here, here's a small portion of the base that is currently undestroyed, and there's little blocks and pieces everywhere. You can see what used to be a decorative flooring. It is, unfortunately, the truth be told, it is a hole in the ground at this point. Oh, is this like a lag machine, or was this for decorative purposes? Hard to tell. A lot of pistons. Maybe I should gather some. I could do with some pistons. I mean, I don't think anybody's gonna mind if I take them. Man. Oh, there's a ton of machinery down here. Built to do something. Could be farms, pistons, whatever. So I do want, by the way, yeah, this looks much more like a lag machine style device here. I do want people to correct me in the comments if I have made or am making incorrect statements about the drain and its history. Because I only know what I have been told or observed, and only portions at that. I don't have the whole story. And there will certainly be disagreements among all of us as to who did what, said what, and caused what. But to my knowledge, the drain is an unfortunate combination of rage, misunderstanding, and of course, destruction. But it's still an impressive build, even wrecked as it is. You can see the amount of work that went into creating it. And I know that out there somewhere is a build as impressive as the drain that will never be seen, never be leaked. Its creators will love it, cherish it, and let it fade away without ever being seen on 2B. And that is quite impressive. And I've given some thought about where I'm going to be basing. I know that I discussed this previously this season, that I'd like to settle down with people and start my own community. And I've been invited to many. certainly have my share of people who would love to base with me, which is awesome, and I thank you guys for it. And I've been invited to go back to Oxymoron's new base, and I certainly will take a stop there sometime after I hit up Hiatus. But I think in order to talk about what I'd like to do, I want to talk about something I did do long before Minecraft, or at least before 2B. I believe it was before I started playing Minecraft. I was very involved with a game that I've spoken about hundreds of times before, called Dwarf Fortress. And Dwarf Fortress is an amazing game for the same reasons that RimWorld is an amazing game. If you've seen me play RimWorld on stream, you know that I fucking love that game. Because it's hilarious. An entire team of your fans get destroyed by caribou, and it's great at telling stories. Why does it look like a goddamn rave in this fucking basement? Is this my hacks trying to make it ultra bright or what here? Because this is unacceptable. I'm literally getting seizures. Yeah, there's a chest over here. Probably nothing in it. Oh my god, there is stuff in it. Feathers and chow. Ow! Shit! Withers. I probably should not have done that. I'm certainly not equipped to deal with a wither right now. Let me get that apple and get the hell out of here. Oh my gosh. Well, I think that's probably all of the tour that I'll be doing here. I think Jesus as a hack does not work anymore, so I should probably... well, I'd like to get the fuck out. Stupid wither enchantment is getting to me here. Right, Dwarf Fortress. And in my Dwarf Fortress days, I love to use it as a storytelling device. So I joined and wrote a short story, series of short stories, I suppose. What is happening? It's like a combination of crappy lag that is not caused by the TPS, mixed with this damn wither. Ugh, gross. I miss the days when the wither effects would barely affect you at all because it was so laggy. Ooh, there we go. That's one way to get out of a pit. A community fortress is essentially a method of telling a story using Dwarf Fortress game engine as the story generator, and you add people's name from the forum that you would write the story in. So I wrote a short story, or a series of them, about a Dwarf Fortress, and I called the place Zerilzantir, which in the Dwarf Fortress Dwarven language meant Smith of Steel. And it was essentially a story about dwarves who built a fortress to create a bunch of steel to arm themselves against a war against the goblins. And I had a great time doing it, and eventually... Oh, Jesus Christ, you destroyed my boat! What a douche. Eventually I stopped doing the community fortress, not because I grew tired of the story so much as the technical problems of upgrading versions of Dwarf Fortress would, you know, delete my save or make it impossible to play anymore, and so forth. So eventually I decided to give up on it, and I just quietly drifted away. I didn't even tell people that I was done with it, and I do regret that. That is how most of my creative endeavors go, by the way, is I slowly disappear. Not the YouTube. I won't do that to you guys. I will definitely give you an explanation before I disappear forever. I've given you several before about why I might disappear, and then I keep coming back. But, well, back to what it actually meant. I'm rambling quite a bit, and I'll try to get to the point soon. Empty chest. I want to build a dwarven outpost or fortress here on 2B. I know that that's pretty simple and very, I don't know, cliche, you might say, for Minecraft, is to build a dwarven fortress. In fact, there's been some on 2B already styled after Dwarf Fortress the game. Specifically, I'm thinking of Boat Murdered. Boat Murdered was another very popular dwarven community fortress forum post. Can I get out of here before these damn withers blow me up? Perfect. So yeah, Boat Murdered is probably the first dwarf community fortress that's on the forums. And you can probably read the entire story of Boat Murdered. It was done using a very old version of Dwarf Fortress. So I'd like to name a place Zerilzantir after my old story here, and create a massive underground dwarven styled complex, and I'd like it to be a community project. I realize that, god damn it, I hate the lag on 2B2T sometimes. I realize that anytime you invite people into your community base, you risk losing your community base due to leaks and whatnot, but it's a risk that I, of course, am willing to take because I live here. This is my Minecraft home. And I'd like to get started. So sometime in the coming months, after I've made my way back to Hiatus Base and possibly visited Oxymoron at Ragnarok 2, I will find a place somewhere outside of 1 million and invite a few people to come and base with me. Housemaster. Will you build a base with me? House? I did not know that the portal out of or into the drain went right to another fortress, which is kind of an interesting little tidbit. So that's it, guys. That's about all I wanted to say today, and of course show you a little bit of what's left of the drain. Unfortunately, the withers made it a little more difficult than I would hope it for. But that is, you know, to be expected. And I'll head back to the overworld somewhere soon and fly the hell out of here. And head toward the hiatus base. So, I think that'll do it for tonight, guys. So, until next time, this has been Doctrzombie, and I'll see you next time. I said next time twice. I'll see you later!